Welcome back to the Webby O'Neill channel. We want to discuss the main talking points from Rúben Amorim's press conference ahead of the game against West Ham. Get involved as usual with your own opinions in the comments section. And don't forget to leave a like on the video, as you know it's much appreciated. Let's start off Rúben Amorim's press conference.
Yeah, well, he made it very clear about what's going on at Manchester United, especially back at home in Carrington. Those players what are up for transfer, there's competition and there's no room for these players. But he hit the nail on the head. It's the World Cup. He mentioned it. They need to play. They're going. There's no two ways about it. They're going out of the club. They may go at the end of it, but he's clear. He knows what these players are. Their priority, some of them, is the World Cup, and they're not getting in this team.
Yeah, they did like from Rúben Amorim how, out there it's the label of the bomb squad. But he sort of like neutralised that drama as well around that tag, and he gave them some sort of like professional courtesy. The players time to think about the next steps in the career, because clearly it's not at Manchester United with him talking about competition for places.
One game a week and that, so they're not going to get the game time. So they've got a clear head. They know what they've got to do to get out of the club, and he expects them out. I look at it, the policy this season, the players what have come in, Premier League experience, that is what he talked about. That's one of the factors of signing Kuna and Mbeumo. He is looking forward to him. Is one of them going to play centre forward? We're not too sure yet. We know the transfer market's not closed, and you just never know. We might get a striker in.
Yeah, I did like Kuna as well, with some bits that he did talk about, in particular as well, about the pressure for playing for Manchester United and saying it's more of a privilege to play for the actual football club.
Yeah, well, when you listen to Kuna, he's absolutely made up to be here. And so is Mbeumo. Both love the club, think it's the biggest club in the world. Can't argue with it. And they've got the experience, and that's why they're here. I look at what he said in the press conference about Kobbie Mainoo. He needs to up the pace. That was one of the things. Kobbie's best position. He was asked the question. He actually didn't say it. He needs to be on the ball. Well, I don't really know what that means when he's asked the question, where's his best position? I know where his best position is. He's further forward, but the competition further forward is absolutely mounting up now. There's too many players. So I'm worried about where he's going to fit Kobbie Mainoo. He never explained what position, and the best thing, little bit of criticism about his pace. So for me, there is a worry over Kobbie Mainoo getting in this team.
Yeah, I'm looking at it from another side though with Kobbie. I think a lot of people out there have always mentioned about his athleticism in the centre of midfield. When he does get forward, how quick can he get back to stop any counter-attacks, any transitions, etc. But he's only a young kid, and you've got to look at youngsters when they're coming into a squad, particularly at Manchester United and other top teams, that there's never just one position for them. Rúben Amorim likes his players to be able to adapt, so they can play in 2 or even 3 different positions. I mean, look at Ahmad playing in a number 10 role, then playing at right wing back. I'm not too worried about Kobbie Mainoo getting minutes. It's just up to the lad himself. Like all of the other players, you put it in training, you put it in on the pitch, you can't be dropped for the following game. And I do think Kobbie can play in a couple of positions, and it'll do him the world of good as well with the experience going forward when he actually then cements a proper place.
Well, he's got some hard work to do. He is a hard taskmaster with Kobbie Mainoo. So let's just see where he goes with that. Another one, where you talk about putting it in on the training pitch and everything, is Luke Shaw. High praise for Luke Shaw from Rúben Amorim. Great player, really good, World Cup games and all that. And that's where to go back to. They need to play football to get in that World Cup. And he did say that there is players in front of Luke Shaw. So is he playing mind games with Luke Shaw? Does he want him out there? Does he not? Does he not see him in the team? I don't think he does. With him turning round in the press conference and saying, there are players in front of him, but I like him. I think he's a really good player, he said. So for me, that World Cup little dig might be a dig at Luke Shaw, as if to say, you're going to struggle to get to that World Cup because you're not using Manchester United as your tool for the World Cup, because I've already put players out for sale.
Yeah, the way I heard it from Rúben Amorim, he actually had high praise for Luke Shaw. And when he heard the words that he's world class, I mean, my ears pricked up. I mean, I double-taked at the screen. He then slipped in a caveat that sloppiness and injuries will cost Luke Shaw. And the proper kicker was that there's competition for places.
Yes.
Go back to Kobbie Mainoo. I think he's trying to keep him grounded as well as a young lad, to make him want to work to get into this Man United starting 11.
My overall thoughts when he was talking about the squad, he's happy with it because he sees competition in a lot of the places, and that's what you want going into this first game against West Ham on the pre-season tour. But the thing is, I'm still not sure what he's thinking, how he's going to use Bruno Fernandes. I worry about the midfield. Everyone talks about the midfield. I thought the plan, the way he was talking about it, wasn't clear. 1 minute I thought he was going to play him in midfield, and then the more he went on, he was talking about he wants Bruno more on the ball, as though he wants him up front. And I'm not sure, because he did say, I can use him in the midfield, I can use him up front during the game. I'm not sure where he's going to play Bruno Fernandes. So going into the West Ham game and the other games on the pre-season tour, it's going to be interesting where he puts Bruno. And you have to remember, could we have sold him? I'm not too sure. But at the end of the day, he's the captain. And I need my captain to be in a certain place. And I'm still not sure if he's going to play in midfield or up front.
I mean, with Bruno Fernandes, you know one thing, he's going to give 100% every single time, no matter whether he's playing in a 2 in midfield, a number 10, or even goalkeeper. And I always go back to the Fulham away game last season, and before the match started, Rúben Amorim said he's put Bruno Fernandes in that midfield too because he gives more control in midfield. I don't know about people out there, but when he is in that midfield too, I don't like it. I mean, I think Bruno Fernandes sometimes has a tendency to dwell on the ball too much, I think, in that centre midfield, whereas I want Bruno Fernandes 1 touch, 2 touch, straight up to the forwards. I think that's where Bruno Fernandes is best. Too many touches in midfield, it just gives the opposition too much time then to get back, set, and defend whatever's coming up at you. So for me, in the midfield too, especially, I want to see the ball moved quicker. 1, 2 touch, get it out wide to the wing backs or up forward to Cunha or Mbeumo. I think that's what will give us a lot more attacking threat next season and more sustained attacks as well, instead of it coming back on our goal.
Everyone's got an opinion on Bruno, so it's going to be interesting to see. I'll just look at what he's turning around and saying about the transfer window. When he talks about the players back at Carrington, I think he's preparing to bring somebody in. And I think it's going to be a striker, because he was asked about a striker. And we know that Mbeumo, Cunha can go up there. But Cunha himself is happy where he is. He loves playing in the position. So for me, I think there's going to be a striker brought in. That's the way I read it. And I thought it was a very, very good first press conference. He looks a different man, Ruben. There's no grey hairs there. I was looking at that. Because after
I've got a few more greys than Ruben.
Yeah, after a while, every manager ends up with grey hairs when they first start United. But he looks confident. He looks as though he knows what he's got, and he's got a team, a squad, what is fighting for places, and bringing in Cunha and Mbeumo. He's over the moon with it. They prioritise Premier League experience, and I think what you can see from United here is a fight for competition, and we've not had that. The word is he's going to use a smaller squad. And I think that's going to work.
Yeah, and I think the break after the season ended, coming away from that Malaysia tour, has done in the world of good. It does look like revitalised, I think, Rúben Amorim. But you're mentioning about him being calm in his presence and very measured. Let's give it another 2 or 3 weeks when the actual main competition starts, and the pressure does come when that Premier League season kicks off. But he did also mention about being happy with this current squad. I don't believe a word of it. I don't believe a word of it.
You don't believe a word of it?
No, I think he's just trying to neutralise headlines as well, and any actual stories that can be created from his actual press conference, linking Manchester United with certain players, etc. I still believe that they're doing the work in the background, and I think Rúben Amorim knows that they need a striker, and if we've got a striker up there of a proven CV, that goal record, you know, you're always in with half a chance of winning a game, even if you're making mistakes at the back as a team or individuals. If you've got that firepower that we didn't have last season, you're always in with a chance. So that's the way I'm thinking. And I think Rúben Amorim and the actual club are thinking that way.
I think when you look at it from Rúben Amorim's press conferences and you talk about football, competition and everything, the competition is to get in European football. So for me, a striker's going to come in. And I think he had a little smile on his face talking about the players back at Carrington. He knows some of them are going. He knows that money's going to come available and they're not lowering the prices. That's what he was talking about. So going forward, it's all about forwards, goals, everything else like that. And there will be money. I think he knows there's a plan there. And when he talks about players, they need to play football. So they're going. That's how I see it. So I'm looking forward to the next few weeks now. I think everyone else should be. Ruben clearly is. And it's goals, what we expect. Will we get them against West Ham? I hope so, because we need cheering up. We need to see some players putting the ball in the back of the net. So I'm really looking forward to it.
I think the only pressure right now at Manchester United, it's not even on Rúben Amorim or the current squad, the playing squad. It's the bomb squad and their agents to get deals done and get out of the club, especially if they want that World Cup. But let us know what your thoughts and opinions are on what Rúben Amorim said, the updates from the press conference, what you think as well going into the game, Manchester United versus West Ham. Let us know what your thoughts and opinions on that are. And smash a like on today's video. We won't be back later tonight after the game doing a match reaction. We do have some family commitments tomorrow early morning. So once we do get that done, we will then look back on some tonight's game, whatever time you're watching this. Have a look at that and we'll get a video out for you probably late tomorrow afternoon or tea time UK. So get your notification on, come and join us and we'll see you there. Take care, everyone. See you soon.
Thank you.
Thank you.